Reality check. Who conspired and plotted and incited the Delhi riots that tore through the city earlier this year? The answer, according to the Delhi police, is finally here, to be found in these massive trunks, which contain copies of a 17,000-page charge sheet that names those that the police believe plotted and incited and triggered the riots, as well as outlining their role. Now, as we know, there was no shortage of incitement in the run-up to the riots of both cause and effect. We all recall these comments.
ट्रंप के जाने तक आप जाफराबाद और चांदबाग खाली करवा लीजिए, ऐसी आपसे विनती कर रहे हैं। उसके बाद हमें रोड पे आना पड़ेगा।
और वो आग कभी भी दिल्ली के घरों तक पहुंच सकती है, हमारे घर में पहुंच सकती है। ये दिल्ली वालों को सोच समझ के फैसला लेना पड़ेगा। ये लोग आपके घरों में घुसेंगे, आपकी बहन बेटियों को उठाएंगे, उनको रेप करेंगे, उनको मारेंगे। इसलिए आज समय है। कल मोदी जी नहीं आएंगे बचाने, कल अमित शाह जी नहीं आएंगे बचाने।
गद्दारों को गोली मारो, देश के गद्दारों को पीछे तक आवाज आनी चाहिए, गिरिराज जी को सुनाई दे, देश के गद्दारों को।
And now we know that the calls to Goli Maro were actually put into action. What you're seeing on your screen, just to remind ourselves, were shooters, active shooters, one of them firing at protesters at Jamia University, a minor who we can't name but who claims he was a Ram Bhakt, and the other is Kapil Gujjar, who shot at the Shaheen Bagh protest site. So cause and effect. But surprisingly, or rather not surprisingly, these 17,000 pages do not name the accused. Instead, as expected, those named are 15 individuals, mainly student leaders and activists who are part of the anti-CAA movement, who've been booked under the anti-terror law for murder, for using the anti-CAA movement to incite the riots, according to the police. Umar Khalid, who was arrested earlier this week, has not been named and is likely he'll be named in a supplementary. So who are the names? Let's stay with that graphic. Let's stay with that graphic and look at the names of those who have been featured, from Tahir Hussain, the ex-Aam Aadmi Party councillor, to Mohammad Parvez, who's president of the Delhi PFI, to Saif Khalid, founder of United Against Hate, Ishrat Jahan, ex-Congress councillor, as well as a number of others from Jamia and from Pinjra Tod. Who are missing in this charge sheet is what you can see on the right of your screen. No reference to Anurag Thakur, no reference to Kapil Mishra of the BJP, no reference to Parvesh Verma of the BJP. Okay, so what is the attempt here by the police? The attempt is to somehow try to link these anti-CAA activists into the rioters itself. How are they doing that? By trying to project the ex-Aam Aadmi Party councillor Tahir Hussain. He's been projected as a link figure. They claim that the anti-CAA protesters plotted quote-unquote riots with Tahir Hussain. Now, why is Tahir Hussain so important for the police? For this reason, as you can see in this chart, that Tahir Hussain, as we know, his rooftop was used as a base for rioters, and therefore there were riot accused directly linked to Tahir Hussain. So linking the anti-CAA NRC protesters to Tahir Hussain means that they can now link the anti-CAA NRC protesters to the riots. That's broadly the flow chart that the police is attempting to construct. Now, what's the proof to back all this up? The police claim that these conspirators were in direct touch with the foot soldiers, that two anti-CAA NRC WhatsApp groups were used to engineer the riots, that the organizers called for a chakka jam, which is a kind of blockade of the roads. This, they say, is a non-democratic way of protesting, and that the chakka jam actually triggered the violence. One of the WhatsApp group members, the police say, became a whistleblower, which is what led to all of this coming out. Now, let's try to break down some of this point by point. If you want us to really look at whether chakka jams now have become undemocratic and can be criminalized, we're just putting up on the screen what we found through a very quick Google search of a number of chakka jams conducted by the BJP. In 2007, a nationwide BJP chakka jam against petrol price hikes. In 2010, a BJP chakka jam paralyzed life in Jammu, according to the newspaper headline. The Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister himself called for a chakka jam against inadequate farmers' relief. In 2016, the BJP called for a chakka jam demanding the resignation of the Bhubaneswar mayor in Odisha. And the BJP in 2019 was conducting chakka jams against inflated bills in Bhopal. So there's no shortage of that. Let's look at this video as well. These are pro-CA protesters, dozens of them, who are actually conducting their own road blockade in Delhi. There they are, blockading the roads, BJP flags being waved, and that's not a conspiracy. That's not something which is seen as inciting violence according to the police. And we know many groups across India, not just political groups. Farmers, for instance, routinely block roads to agitate and raise their demands, as do all forms of protesters. The main thing is to remember as to whether it is peaceful or not. Let's now look at the other allegation of WhatsApp groups. WhatsApp groups, the police claim in their charge sheet, was crucial to inciting the riots. Now, my colleague Mariam Alavi joins me because she's been looking at a WhatsApp group which was actually set up by a group of these, anti-CA NRC protesters to coordinate and mobilize the protests at the various protest sites. It's called the Delhi Protest Support Group, or DPSG. This, Mariam, is what the police are now saying was actually used to plan and incite the violence. But is there any evidence in that group? Because you've gone through dozens and dozens and dozens of the chat transcripts of that group. This was shared with us. And what is it really telling us?
So the Delhi police in court had said that two anti-CA NRC protests were used to engineer riots in two different locations. So one of these groups could be the DPSG WhatsApp group, which a lot of the activists, etc., who have been called in for questioning have repeatedly said that they've been asked extensively about this WhatsApp group and the discussions on it by the Delhi police. Right. Now, we found out that we have a transcript, as you mentioned, we have a transcript of the entire WhatsApp chats. This group was created in late December by anti-CA activists, and there are more than 100 members on this group. Some of the big names include Harsh Mandar, or well-known names include Harsh Mandar, Kavita Krishnan, Yogendra Yadav, Rahul Roy, Professor Apurvanand, Umar Khalid, etc. Now, the police claim that this group was used to engineer riots, but from what we can understand looking through the transcript is that the group was used to plan logistics of the events, organize speakers for the protest. For example, on 23rd January, somebody put in a request saying that there is a protest at Inderlok and they need help with volunteers and speakers. Then the group also, we notice, is not a homogeneous group. There were disagreements about the nature and method of protest. In fact, the question of the Chakka Jam was extensively debated. On the 17th of February, somebody on the group had said, if the aim is to raise public consciousness about the issue and sympathy and support for the cause, roadblock is the worst form of protest.
Right.
And in fact, instead of inciting violence, what we see on the group is there have been repeated messages asking people to maintain peace even after violent episodes. After the shooting near Shaheen Bagh that you mentioned, one of the group members had a message saying they're provoking a reaction. We should ensure that at all protest sites there are regular announcements to not react.
Okay, so the group was basically coordinating, in a sense, part of the protest, trying to organize speakers, reacting in real time, were also divided, with some people saying don't have a Chakka Jam, others saying that, perhaps that's the only way out. But as you pointed out, constant appeals for peace. And the most important thing, is this a conspiracy? This is a WhatsApp group with hundreds of members, open debates taking place. Is this where, or is this how conspiracies are hatched? But even if that is the assumption, again, is the Delhi police guilty of selective action? Let's play you this clip from a report done by our colleague Saurabh Shukla. He reported on another WhatsApp group. This was called as the Kattar Hindu group. And this group, on its chats, was reportedly plotting and carrying out attacks against Muslims during the riots. This is all part of a Delhi police charge sheet. In that group, according to Saurabh and according to the chats in that group, there were repeated references to Kapil Mishra by the members of the group, saying he's given this call that we need to come to the streets. This is a call we need to heed. So once again, you have a WhatsApp group which is plotting and carrying out attacks, which is referring to leaders who made insightful statements, but they feature nowhere in this 17,000-page charge sheet. All right, let's open up reality check now for debate. We have Sunil Bharala with us, BJP leader. He's also Chairman, Labour Welfare Council, Government of Uttar Pradesh, is with us. We have Sharan Farasat, Advocate, Supreme Court, Vikram Singh, former DGP, Uttar Pradesh, and Harsh Mandar, social worker, activist, with whom I'd like to start. Harsh Mandar, thank you so much for joining us. Now, are you at all surprised that now that this conspiracy charge sheet has come out, that this is the line and this is the sort of focus it's taken?
No, I'm not surprised because this has been the stand that the Delhi police has been taking consistently. In fact, my petition, during the riots itself before Justice Muralidhar, asked for FIRs to be registered against the people that you mentioned. And in response to it, if you look at the position it was taking right from the beginning, it was maintaining that Hello?
Yes, Harsh Mandar, we can hear you, but there does seem to be a little bit of an issue with your audio. Do continue.
Yeah. So this position has been consistent from theirs, and they've been building up this extraordinary story that the peaceful protests were in some way an insurrectionary conspiracy. I mean, not just a conspiracy for this violence, but a large-scale insurrection. And for instance, my name has appeared in a number of charge sheets. I don't know about this latest charge sheet. And in each time, they make reference to a speech where they say, I used a facade of peace to instigate violence. Because my speech was entirely about love and non-violence, never respond to violence, etc. And, they're using largely statements made before, confessions before the police.
Right.
Firstly, they're not admissible, but it's really, again, extraordinary about how clumsily they're doing this. Because, in FIR after FIR, you find 10 statements which are identical. In another, you have 6 statements which are identical, and so on. And these are then leaked selectively.
Right.
According to the people like Dr. Purmanand, myself, all of us were sort of instigating people and planning all sorts of violence. I know that time is short. I just wanted to make one last point. The role of the police in riot after riot, including 1984, including 2002, 2 things doesn't surprise me, because this has been consistent. That the police does everything to ensure that the perpetrators are not punished. B, it does everything to ensure that the role of the police, which is partisan, is not raised. But the first time that I've ever seen where it has also used, it has also turned the peaceful protesters into
rioters or into conspirators. Okay. सुनील भराला जी, ये बताइए कि ये कभी-कभी कार्रवाई पुलिस की एक तरफा होती है, ये हमने देखा है, लेकिन इतनी एक तरफा आपने 17,000 पेज का चार्जशीट आज दाखिल कर दिया और उसमें एक पेज भी नहीं है जिसमें आप ही के नेता जो इतने भड़काऊ भाषण दे रहे थे, गोली मारो के स्लोगन्स लगा रहे थे, लोग आके गोली भी मार रहे थे, उनका कोई जिक्र नहीं है। कैसे इसको सीरियसली ले सकती है?
देखिए, ऐसा है कि आप इस बात को इस प्रकार से देखिए कि सारा काम जो है पुलिस की कार्रवाई पुलिस ने अपने निष्पक्ष तरीके से की है और पुलिस ने जो तथ्य सामने आए हैं उस समय वर्तमान में जब जांच चल रही होगी तो उस जांच में समाचार पत्रों की बातों में बहुत अंतर आ जाता है। तो आपका कहना है, आपने जो देखा है, आपने जो पढ़ा है, जो आपके टेलीविजन ने दिखाया है जी, वो समाचार पत्रों के माध्यम से वर्तमान की परिस्थिति को दिखाया है। लेकिन जब किसी भी अधिकारी की नियुक्ति की जाती है कि इसके पूरे प्रकरण में जांच करके लेके आइए, तो उसमें दूसरी परिस्थिति बन जाती है फिर। और एक बात आप पूरा देश इस बात को पूरा दुनिया के सामने था।
आप ये मानते हैं कि जो भड़काऊ जो बातें उन्होंने की गई उसका दंगों से कोई लेना देना नहीं था? जो गोली मारो के स्लोगन लगे, जो कपिल मिश्रा ने कहा कि उतर जाइए, वो तो पुलिस खुद कह रही है कि एक ग्रुप बनी थी व्हाट्सएप की, कट्टर हिंदू ग्रुप, उसमें तो कहा जा रहा है कि कपिल मिश्रा के बयानों की वजह से हम उसमें भड़के और जाके हमने दंगे कर दिए।
देखिए ऐसा है, श्रीनिवास जी बोल रहे हैं ना?
हाँ, श्रीनिवास जी बोल रहा हूँ।
श्रीनिवास जी, आप ऐसे देखिए इसको कि आपने कहा कि एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप है, हम दूसरी बात कह रहे हैं कि व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप वो फोकस था या वो फर्जी था, बोकस था, वो क्या था? अब उसकी जांच तो फिर आईओ ने की होगी ना, जो भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन अधिकारी होगा।
वो पुलिस के, मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ, वो पुलिस कह रही है सुनील जी।
नहीं, पुलिस अगर कह रही है तो फिर चार्जशीट में जरूर लाई होगी, फिर उसे पुलिस से 17,000 पेज की चार्जशीट बता रहे हैं आप।
उसमें कपिल मिश्रा नहीं है, यही मैं कह रहा हूँ।
हाँ, तो पुलिस ने इस बात को कहा कि वो थे।
मैं कह रहा हूं कि कपिल मिश्रा का नाम व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में आया, पुलिस ने उस आधार पे चार्जशीट दाखिल की, लेकिन कपिल मिश्रा को एक्यूज नहीं बनाया, अनुराग ठाकुर को एक्यूज नहीं बनाया, परवेश वर्मा को एक्यूज नहीं बनाया।
वो मैंने सुना है।
यही मैं कह, तो राजनीतिक चार्जशीट हो गया ना फिर।
राजनीतिक चार्जशीट नहीं होती। देखिए, अगर राजनीति की बात करूंगा तो पूरे देश में क्या, जब ट्रंप आ रहे थे हिंदुस्तान के अंदर, तो दुनिया में छवि खराब कर दी थी क्या भारत की? ये देश का सवाल था। और किसी प्रकार की बात को आप अगर इस प्रकार से
ट्रंप आ रहे हैं तो मैं समझ नहीं रहा हूं, ट्रंप आ रहे हैं तो वो आ रहे हैं, अगर लोग अपना अगर आंदोलन करना चाहते हैं, प्रोटेस्ट करना चाहते हैं, इसमें क्या दिक्कत है? ये कहाँ कानून के खिलाफ है?
देखिए, आंदोलन को कोई नहीं रोक सकता। आंदोलन एक लोकतांत्रिक अधिकार है, हर व्यक्ति का अधिकार है
जी,
उसकी अभिव्यक्ति है। लेकिन देश के अंदर अराजकता करना ये किसने बताया है? और ये काम पुलिस ने किया है। आप कह रहे कि व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे आया, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप कैसा था? वो फर्जी था।
बट भराला जी, अराजकता कौन फैला रहा है? जो नेतागण मंच से खड़े होकर कह रहे हैं देश के गद्दारों को गोली मारो सालों को, ये अराजकता नहीं है?
गद्दारों की अगर बात की
Anyway,
है तो
let's come.
सबूत तो होगा।
अच्छा,
उसका कोई सबूत होना चाहिए, उसके लिए
सबूत
बहुत सारे
सबूत तो मंच से वो भाषण दे रहे थे। बट शादान फरासत, नाउ दैट द चार्जशीट हैज बीन फाइल्ड, द पुलिस हैव इन अ सेंस रिवील्ड देयर हैंड, and now there'll be another charge sheet as well. They say they'll name more. What is the, मैं आ रहा हूँ भराला जी आप पे, मैं आ रहा हूँ आप पे, मैं आ रहा हूँ नहीं, मैं आप पे आ रहा हूँ। मेरा सवाल दूसरे गेस्ट से है। सो शादान फरासत, now what happens now?
No, so of course the charge sheet, I take it 17,000 pages is including the documents. So the charge sheet itself will be smaller,
yes.
But including the annexed documents will be 17,000 pages. But I want to just say two things. One is, of course, I think the attempt by Delhi police seems to be to prolong, if as most of the evidence in the charge sheet is based upon 161 statements, which will not be admissible in a court, then the idea seems to be that overwhelm the accused with so much material, relevant, irrelevant does not matter.
Yes.
That the agony is prolonged, because eventually I think even Delhi police knows that with this kind of evidence, these cases will not be able to stand the scrutiny of court.
You don't think this evidence, you said this earlier as well.
No, I am saying this for a reason. I see, just looking at it, I mean, common-sensically,
yeah.
I mean, let's just look at it. The allegation is that, okay, there was a chakka jam in response to which their people were killed in a riot, correct?
Yes.
Now, the chakka jam was responsible for the incitement, right?
Yes.
That's the argument.
Yes.
Now, who are the people who are killed in the riot? They are people who are supporting against CA. There are people, large number of people who were killed in the riot are actually against, they were also part of the same group of people who was against CA, protesting, belonging to those communities. I have been to Northeast Delhi, I have seen the sort of, how the violence happened. I've personally been there, so I know it.
Yes.
Now, if your argument is that, listen, this is because a protest by your people incited somebody else. But then who are those somebody else? Who are the actual perpetrators on the ground? One aspect is, which you have been pointing out, that these leaders gave political speeches,
yes,
which is the basis of incitement. So they have obviously not gone after that.
Right.
And the second aspect is, who did it on the ground?
Right.
Who were the people who were burning the houses? Who were the people who were stabbing people? Because there are deaths. Right. So that is completely, so the cases obviously will not stand in court.
Okay, so that's not going to, you believe, stand in court. But Vikram Singh ji, now it has reached a situation where even Julio Ribeiro, ex-top cop, he's been writing letter after letter to the Delhi police saying, listen, probe, freely and fairly, but it cannot be so one-sided that you go on ignoring political leaders who are making blatant provocations. So is that it still doesn't seem to be something which the Delhi police is able to do. And I think we've spoken about this before, about the kind of pressures that they must be under if they're going to run this completely lopsided investigation.
Mr. Jain, Julius Rebeiro Padma Bhushan is not an ordinary individual. He is the Bhishma Pitama of the police department, one of the most respected figures today. And you just cannot wish away whatever he writes. Whatever he writes is from the heart and from his soul, and that every word has to be chewed and digested and absolutely to be taken with the highest esteem. Mr. Rebeiro has gone to say that please ensure that your men are true to the oath that they took when they joined the service. And he also said, let not your men and the force be one-sided. He has also mentioned the role of Mr. Harsh Bandar, Professor Apurvanandji, that yes, their role should be absolutely scrutinized before any knee-jerk reaction happens. S.N. Srivastav has responded to Mr. Rebeiro's written saying that the criminal justice system with its checks and balances should be allowed to function, as if Mr. Rebeiro is obstructing the movement of the criminal justice system. Two, he said, lending your name inadvertently. Mr. Julius Rebeiro has seen more of policing and the world than all of us taken together.
Right.
And I would say that you should have taken it more seriously, and at the point that he has raised, again it is said, it is not for Mr. Julius Rebeiro to speak to the station house officer, but what is there in the public domain, in the newspapers, on the television channels, is sufficient reason for somebody as esteemed as Mr. Rebeiro to react and give a word of absolutely priceless advice, not only to him but to us. And I do hope it's taken seriously. And the word three said, three people, Pravesh Verma, Kapil Mishra, Anurag Thakur. Their statements are with everyone. Legal opinion is taken. Unless there is legal opinion to the contrary, this matter should be given the topmost priority and incorporated the investigation.
Okay. But the point जो भराला जी जो point earlier जो किया जा रहा था कि चलिए ये जो नेताओं हैं, अगर आप कहते हैं कि कपिल मिश्रा वगैरह उनको एक सेकंड अगर अलग करते हैं, जो चक्का जैम बेसिकली कहा गया है चार्जशीट में कि चक्का जैम से दंगे फैले, और जैसे हमने दिखाया, दोबारा हम वो वीडियो चलाते हैं कि चक्का जैम पे तो हर एक बैठते हैं। भाजपा के नेता कितनी बार बैठ चुके हैं, शायद आप भी कभी बैठे होंगे चक्का जैम पर। और ड्यूरिंग दीज प्रोटेस्ट आप ही के लोगों ने जो सीए के पक्ष में हैं, आपने भी बहुत सारे चक्का जैम किए दिल्ली में। वो वीडियो भी हम दिखाते हैं अभी। तो वो क्या वो भराला जी वो गलत नहीं है, वो कंस्पिरेसी नहीं है, वो अराजकता कहीं फैला नहीं जा रहा है।
नहीं, चक्का जाम,
हाँ,
चक्का जाम से तोड़फोड़, आगजनी, गोले चलना, ये सब चीजें घटना और घटना की स्थिति क्या थी उस समय, ये सारे फिर मैं कहता हूँ
नहीं, कहाँ तोड़फोड़ हुआ चक्का जाम पे? ये जो शाहीन बाग वगैरह यहाँ कहाँ तोड़फोड़ हुआ? और जो गोली चलाई वो कहाँ, किसने चलाई? वो तो उन लोगों ने चलाई जो आके उनके ऊपर गोली चला रहे हैं, उनके अगेंस्ट।
सबमिट है क्या, कोई विषय है क्या जो ये 17,000 पेज आए हैं, तो इसमें कोई किसी प्रकार की उसमें और चीजों का उल्लेख है क्या? इन्वेस्टिगेशन अधिकारी ने कुछ इसमें और दूसरा कुछ चीज जोड़ी है क्या?
चलिए,
और किसी को निकालने के क्या प्रमाण थे कि किसको निकाला गया, ये दोषी थे, इनको निकाला गया, फेवर लिया गया, ऐसी कोई विषय है क्या? देखिए, ऐसा है कि राजनीतिक दृष्टि से नहीं देखना चाहिए, पुलिस को बिल्कुल स्वतंत्रता से काम कर देना चाहिए। और जो पुलिस ने अपना काम किया है वो पुलिस का काम,
अगर काम करते भराला जी,
हमारा आपका वो काम नहीं है।
नहीं,
अपना काम करती है, हमेशा करती रहेगी वो।
नहीं, मीडिया का आपका पता नहीं है कि नहीं, लेकिन मीडिया का काम तो है बिल्कुल कि जांच और हर कार्रवाई को निष्पक्ष ढंग से उसको एसेस करके उस पर रिपोर्ट करना। दिस इज वेरी मच पार्ट ऑफ आवर ड्यूटी, बट ऑफ कोर्स आपको डिफेंड करना ही है। बट लेट्स सी,
आपने उठाई है तो हमने इस बात के लिए कहा है कि
ठीक है, चलिए,
ईमानदारी से काम किया, निष्पक्षता से काम किया।
ठीक है, चलिए भराला जी, देखते हैं। चार्जशीट has been filed, 17,000 pages as we said, but the story unfortunately remains the same. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us on Reality Check and for watching. Good night.